Load. Ah, yes. That is indeed the title listed. Yeah, indeed. I just waited for the opportunity to throw some fucking German there just because I fucking can. I mean, what better opportunity is there even? Honestly, at this point in time, I'd say... just because I like to fuck around. And I throw you here, and I throw you here. Then I throw myself into my coffee pot, in this case. Just into the coffee pot. Not into the coffee, that would burn. Very, very nastily. Now then, game can decide. I have found something new that I haven't played in a while. This is the little brother of the Empire. It is the better brother in this case, if not for one single fact. It's named Napoleon. If it ended Prussia, Total War, I'd be like, jawohl. But no. Instead, I have to deal with fucking Napoleon going like, oui, monsieur. Ugh. Okay, Frenchman. Also, I am very much in my own fundamental rights to insult any Frenchman. I have some of those, in the, well, extended but still family. Yeah, through tutorials, through Napoleon's campaigns, nobody cares about that nonsense. What we're gonna care about is this button. Where we have all the cool people, like, Austria, which is okay-ish. Apart from, the fact that it's Habsburg, and so it's basically just incest. We have Great Britain. As we all know, those island monkeys have never done anything right, apart from sitting on their little island and going all like snarky comments, while the rest of us is busy, dealing with all of the nonsense that is happening. You've got the best boy, of course. I mean, what can I say? And there's like, that cunt. Yeah. Nobody really cares. He's just, some eastern cunt who's usually not that much involved. And whenever he gets involved, he's usually doing it in a massively overpowered way. It's basically now hunting flies with, well, old-time cannons, I guess. But, of course, we're not going to do any of this nonsense. We are going to be Russia. Why, you might wonder? Because I also have family that comes from there, so that's kind of what I like to do. But let me give you the description, and why not for once? I haven't read any of that in a while. Prussia has a proud military heritage. What else could be the case with the nation of Frederick the Great? The country has been at peace for 10 years, as a result of getting a free hand in northern Germany, east of the Rhine, in exchange for recognizing French control west of the Rhine. Political realities have to be recognized. Napoleon, however, is not an easy neighbor to endure. His ambitions are seemingly limitless. His army is growing every day, and he is in need of new victories to add luster and legitimacy to his crown. It may only be a matter of time before he once again looks to secure the borders of France through war. Perhaps so, he can be persuaded to go south against Austria, even if that only leaves a stronger France to face at a later date. There are allies available, if the Prussians can stomach them. The British are condescending and unwilling to fight on land, but they have the wealth needed to finance a war. The Russians and Austrians may be willing to help bring down the upstart empire of Napoleon, even as they will do their best to hamper Prussian ambitions. Neither the Austrian nor the Russians have any wish to see Germany or Poland dominated by Prussia, even as they prepare for war against France. Such then is the situation facing Frederick Wilhelm III. Danger and opportunity await. Boop. Isn't that a nice way to start off? It's like, well, we're Prussia, you're fucked anyway, so stop screwing around with France. This is the sort of campaign I'm only playing when I'm in a very good mood. Well, in a reasonably good mood, because it means I can insult Frenchmen and basically every step of the way.
The seemingly unstoppable armies of Napoleon are a great threat to all Europe.
Wow, game.
But for now, Prussia should keep their own council.
What are you trying to do
Britain,
that game?
Austria and Russia have requested you join the war effort against Napoleon. But for now, the king prefers to observe the progress of the
That's not
conflict
just me,
from
is it?
afar
That is actually
before acting
lagging as
decisively
fuck,
one
isn't
way
it?
or the other, as German states may be under threat from both France
Hey,
and Austria.
could we
As
get
the
you
leading
away and see
German
if that's
nation,
your fault?
it is up to Prussia to protect the sovereignty of those states. Perhaps
Close, please. Go away and let me see. Just how.
periodically, your government will issue missions for you to undertake.
Toxic woman, I
Although
know.
optional, it can be useful to do them in order to learn various aspects of gameplay. Your first mission
Could
has
you
arrived.
put
To begin,
stop
simply
doing
click
that,
on the
woman?
relevant message box on the left.
Thank you, woman. Go away. Now this looks like it's horribly lagging, isn't it? That is what's happening when you play a game for the first time. And you're not doing much of a checkup beforehand. Can happen. Well, let us set then some of the things down and see if it's then deciding to actually work. Because, like, this is not really playable now, is it? Yeah, well. Wonder what sort of excuse you have, game. I will lose all my unsaved progress, apparently. Wow. Unsaved progress. What progress, game? What progress? I haven't even played yet. How can I lose my progress? Game is like, I don't know. Okay. How about we give it just high for the moment? A revolution is an idea which has found its bayonets. Apparently. Hello again, Prussia. Haven't seen you in a long, long while, like a whole of 30 seconds. I'm already missing you.
The seemingly unstoppable armies of Napoleon are a great threat to all Europe. But for now,
Okay.
Prussia should keep their own.
For some bloody fucking reason, this is not working now. What is actually going fucking wrong here? I'm confused. This game should definitely not work that poorly, all things considered. No game, you can for bloody fuck's sake open the fucking menu when I tell you to. That would help, because at this point in time I'm like, that would probably be faster to Alt F4 and go back in again. Makes you really wonder why the fuck this is not working, isn't it? Yes, game. Could you please not make me click this a million times just to get something done? Kinda annoying. Okay, game. What else could murder you? That's not the sound, now, is it? Okay. It's not dead. I'm assuming. Okay, let's get all of this nonsense out. See if it's any of that. Why is this game deciding to make this so bloody difficult? I just want to play so bloody fucking Prussia.
The seemingly unstoppable armies of Napoleon are a great threat to all Europe. But for now, Prussia should keep their own council.
That is rather, and that is putting it mildly, disturbing. Many a way. Especially because I don't know why. Let me for once take a look then on the bright internet and be like, well, Well, you're giving me the usual advice of nonsense. That is probably not going to help, but alas, okay, if you're like... Tell me all of this nonsense, then sure. We can try this. But alas. Hmm. Now then. Game, have you suddenly found your balls again? Because it doesn't look like it. In fact, that looks still like fucking horrible. Neato. Why do game have to be an asshole about it? Hmm. You know, game, you feel free to just end that. I'm waiting. So we can probably surmise that it's probably nothing to do with this here. That would be surprising. I mean, what else can you do? I guess we can go for vertical synchronization. Yeah, that sometimes helps. Ugh. Technical difficulties. Nice. Yeah, come, take a bit more memory or something. Do wonder why the fuck though on the fucking campaign map of all things. Usually it's like, okay, I can understand it in battles, but on the fucking campaign map of all things. Suddenly the game is like, wow, now I want to run smoothly, but I'm not going to give you sound. Whoa, that's fucking loud. Okay. Yeah, just... yeah, sure. Give me some that. Top of the voice chat. And, apparently now everything is good. For some bloody reason.
The Government Details panel gathers together essential statistics and information for the management of your entire empire.
I know, bitch.
The Policies tab allows the Ministers tab displays information about the Trade tab details.
For shit.
The
Keep it.
Missions tab gathers together information on
Target,
active and archived missions for easy reference. Look here to check the
Skill and
time
cunning with all
remaining
of our
for
troops. Quite the
completion,
opposite.
or read the details of a mission again. Your region capital is the central city for control of a region. Notice that there are slightly different buildings available for construction in the region capital than in
Eine
towns,
Siegessäule.
reflecting its position
Nice.
as the region's administrative center. There are two ways to move an army or agent from a settlement or provincial. This panel gives information about how a building's effects work in the game, along with a detailed description of its function. Some buildings allow you to construct other, more advanced ones, so it's worth reading all the information here and checking the building browser. Prestige is a measure of your reputation amongst rival nations.
Jesus Christ, woman, you really do like to talk. Oh, but for the moment I am happy, because things actually work. Now I need to remember where the fuck my country actually is. What do we have? We have Breslau. Oh, that is good. Warsaw, because, well, screw Poland. It is German now.
Troops can be stationed inside
Ah,
a city.
yes, around the time when it was still Königsberg, in East Prussia. And of course, Danzig. There's a nice little rhyme about it in German, about how Danzig will always be German. Now, if you were to ask a certain other faction, that is not the case.
This panel enables you to view.
Yes, I know, everybody hates me. Yes, not really. Technically speaking, most people actually like me.
Now this panel is used for negotiation.
How about trade?
Is used to broker trade agreements. Once agreed, a trade route
And Austria. How about you, me, do some of the good old
trade route has been
butt
opened between
smacks,
the ports of
basically.
your home region.
Yeah, and actually France. I mean, we're not technically speaking at war right now, so why not do some trade? And you have the Ottoman Empire in Spain. Nobody cares about you.
What one nation thinks of.
Now, how many people hate me? Baden-Württemberg hates me. Bavaria hates me, not so much, but still. Kingdom, Portugal. Do we have anybody else? Mecklenburg, Oldenburg, and Saxony. Those are all nice people. That would look tremendously well if in my territory.
This panel is used.
Okay, so if I want to get a drill school, I would actually have to invest some time, money, and energy. Requires national census. Apparently. National debt. Such a nice and absolutely terribly thing to have. -2 happiness for the lower classes. Increase recruitment slots in your home region by +1. Yeah. With coopering Caronate. Enables Caronate. This allows the construction of Caronate frigates. National debt. Minus upkeep costs. Yes, please.
The building browser shows how.
Reading browser shows me that I have nothing.
The lists panel.
The list show me that I also still have quite literally nothing. And is the question, who am I supposed to go to war with? You would be a good target. You're a bit far away. You would be a good target. You're a bit far away. You would be a good target. We've got Hessen, we've got Saxony. I mean, in the end, I guess I should get all of the German-speaking lands, shouldn't I? How does it look with my army?
Enlisting a new general or admiral, you'll be offered a.
What do we have? Some grenadiers, some fusiliers, some musketeers, light infantry, and more of those nonsensical people. Fucking great, isn't it?
This tab shows all units. Upgrading the road system with.
Yes, I know.
An ungarrisoned city.
I know that in
This
ungarrisons.
tab shows all
Could you shut up, woman? Now, how much do we have? We have some artillery. Not much, though. How many shots do we even have? Not all that many.
right click to move your army to any.
New. 2, 4, 6, 7. That's what I call a bit risky, honestly. Mostly, I think they're
It is
gonna
possible
fuck me
to
up.
swap between building types anywhere there is a chain of buildings. Select the building you wish to change, then click on the Change Building Type button to the right of the review panel to convert from one to another.
I mean, I don't really get much more out of it, but Jäger units would be nice. Jäger. Still a term being used, actually, now that I think about it. It's always interesting how some things just never change. Why is a Swedish army sitting just there for no bloody reason?
Aye. Sofort.
Sofort. Yeah, keep an eye there. I actually have to... And suddenly... Whoa.
All armies and fleets have a zone of control, represented by the
Oh, I got an achievement. Die Karte der Revolution. Ah, not even I'm going to try and fucking get that into English. It sounded well. Nope, I'm not gonna waste the time. I'm gonna sit here and be nice and German. Well, nice and Prussian in this case, actually. Which, historically speaking, is going to become very much German.
Battle is a new feature allowing you to find a human opponent to take the place of the AI nation.
That sounds horrible. The last thing I would want is someone
A
human.
gentleman is one of your leading thinkers. You can assign him to the task of acquiring technological advances through research. Gentlemen provide a bonus by speeding up research when inside educational buildings, such as schools and universities. If placed in enemy cities, gentlemen can also cause public order problems by inciting the population to insurrection. Units can now be recruited directly by a jet. Winning a battle isn't just about greater numbers. The balance of units and the commander's ability are essential.
I mean, they have
Look at
armed
the strength
citizenry
ratio and reinforcement
and
information
not much
before
more.
committing yourself, but beware.
Is there a quick save button? It's
A
not
very
really
large army or navy
a quick save button, but it is something. Now then, Louis Ferdinand, Prince von Preußen, you shall be my little leader in this endeavor. You are my prince. And yes, that is the correct German way. I always love it when other people use German words and it ends up going horribly wrong. Well, mostly because they don't understand how the actual system works for when do you add stuff
Generals deploy their
or not.
forces according to rank. A higher-ranking general deploys after lower-ranking ones, giving him the ability to view the deployment of a lower-ranking opponent.
That's so nice and dandy, I don't really care. I now have to find out. Or rather remember. Leichte berittene Artillerie, how to make use of you. Now since we actually do have some sort of cannons, we shall go nicely back and actually make use of the range we have. Though I guess I would have to be at least close enough to get them to shoot, so that my enemy is actually willing to move out, if at all possible. Would be much appreciated. Also, it's probably putting you there is probably not a bad idea. That would put you a bit too far out.
Extremes of heat or cold will give a fatigue penalty to units not used to living and fighting in such conditions. Some units are naturally resistant to this penalty.
Now then, would my enemies be so nice as to move? Of course they would not. What was I even expecting? I mean, in the end, when you think about it, not much. you allowed to run now? Cavalry? Yeah, cavalry. Artillery. Very important distinction there, I would say. A very important distinction.
If your line infantry are about to be charged by cavalry, make sure they are stationary.
You're not gonna get this.
Preferably in a square. That way they can brace themselves against the impact and will take fewer losses.
Hey, where the fuck are my cannons? No?
Enemy cavalry are charging towards your flank. Turn quickly to meet them.
Yeah, this was precisely what we wanted to avoid, if at all possible. Oh, do we not get sounds for weapons now? No, apparently we don't. We do not deserve that, apparently. Ah, you people at some point shooting. I would be much appreciative of that. If that could be arranged. Just saying, now I would be really appreciative of that.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Yes, you know. Yeah, those bastards still out of range. That's not good. Also would seem that you really want to go there, for some bloody reason. Don't get me wrong, I'll take it. Not like you're really giving much of a choice here. Are you getting whacked by the cannons too, yes?
Lower quality infantry make great targets for the enemy to waste their missiles on. They can protect high value units by drawing fire. It is important to preserve the devastating impact a cavalry unit can have. When going into combat with cavalry, always charge the last few yards by double right-clicking on the target.
Seems like I'm going to explain this like you're an idiot.
It's a tiring business.
And then once I'm done, I'm gonna laugh in your face and going like, ha ha ha, look at that idiot. To be fair, my enemy has not really that much to offer apart from mass, basically. But it's not going to help him much because mass tends to break still. Relatively easily, actually. To put it mildly, especially when your mass is mostly made up of human mobs. Not the most efficient strategy in the world. as far as...
Attacking bayonet-equipped infantry in the flanks is a good way of taking them on with cavalry. You should always avoid charging onto sharp, pointy weapons that can be braced.
You don't say. Like, oh, maybe not a good idea to charge poor little horses into fucking bayonets. No?
Our men are running, sir.
Are they? Well, they've done their job more than assuredly. They are free to run, as far as I'm concerned. The enemy is breaking on all fronts. All we have to do is basically make sure that they do not come back. Any playtime. Any extra playtime, mind you. We wouldn't want that now, would we? No. Nein. Nein, nein. We do not want that. At all. So, who are we fighting? Saxony? No. I can't allow myself to lose against Saxony. That would be fucking horrible. Alright, also because I kinda had to set things around, I'm not playing in a window, which means I'm kinda missing a small part, you know, the part that tells me actually the numbers of what is left of my troops. A kinda important factor that I'm kinda missing here. But alas, I'm sure that's not going to hinder me in any way, shape or form.
The flashing unit banner means the morale of their troops is wavering. Before long, they'll break from combat and rout from the field.
Well, yeah, I'm fully aware.
To charge their ranks with cavalry or infantry with bayonets fixed. The battle is over when all troops in an army are routed or killed. Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I mean, yes. Somewhat, yes. Not really expecting much here, to be completely fair with you. Completely fair and level. I think we kinda have this in the back. Enemy general killed. I like the sound of that. Why are you so far out? I don't think even you know why you are so far out. An enemy is shooting at us, but that is not going to feel very much good very long. Because we have horses. I find that this looks the most ridiculous. Yeah, sure. Call it a heroic victory all you like. I don't think that was very heroic, but mind you,
Your army
works.
has suffered casualties and will require fresh recruits to replenish troops. Selecting
I
the
know.
option to liberate turns the region into your protectorate, emerging as a new allied nation controlled by a government sympathetic to your cause. They will retain ownership of their territory.
The nominally independent states, the German lands along the eastern banks of the Rhine are but mere pawns of the so-called Republic of France. The Lord bent the knee to the Grand Emperor, kiss his boots like any other of his lackeys. No time for remote bean counting. In this great war, your enemies are with us or against us, and they have chosen. We must in all respects regard the territories as French possessions. Suddenly they're all like, we French now? I do not like that. Okay, game. I will try to change this around again for my own viewing pleasure, because otherwise I'm gonna get fucking annoyed. Please, game. That is nice. User interface. Can I... I kinda hoped I could kinda make it bigger. I guess I could try something like this. But the game is not gonna like this, is it? Nope, game really does not like that. As in at all. I think the game just murdered itself. Yep, it most definitively did. Well, in a good way. A very good way. We're not yet there though. Close, however. I guess it's good that I'm doing this during the week when I can still reasonably play around and try things out and, well, hope that things actually work out. Still better than doing that on the weekend when I actually want to play, you know, a longer time. Come on. Game. If you could load, that would be much appreciated. Wow, you really, really don't like that. That is putting it fucking mildly. Yeah, for some reason you have changed things around again, haven't you? Hey, interesting enough, I can't change the fucking resolution. I quite literally can't. Murdering the game. I had many a problem in my time. That's just not a problem I'm usually faced with. Interesting, interesting. Don't need to understand that now, do I? That's actually something I should probably talk with the little tech boy about. Me like, tech boy, it's not working. This game not doing what I wanted to. Eh. Seriously, that's a fucking interesting problem, and not one I have often. As well as the fact that he's apparently not really saving options. Yeah, that's a problem with the game. Oh, that's a problem with the fact that the game does not like to be streamed like this. Maybe I'll actually have to do that in another way. Because right now the game's like, no, I'm not gonna allow you to change anything, apparently. See? Then just murders itself. I don't know why. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, sure. Okay. Why make it easy when you can make it difficult, eh? Okay, let me try it like this. Let me get it completely out. And see if it's just that the game does really not like for some bloody reason. I always love it when the game is like, let me make it this difficult for you. Like, for example, I would very much like to, you know, tap in and out of the game, but the game also does not like that. Quite frankly at all. That's the whole reason why I actually go to window. Okay. So it is actually quite rightly dead. Great. That's not gonna make this easy, is it? Can I actually like this change the resolution? Okay, I can. some reason it looks horrible. Great game. You managed to make me feel so blessed. Ah. It's a nice little example of, you know, things could be so bloody easy, but of course they aren't. Okay. Will you actually let me zap out and in? Oh boy. I really don't like that. Well then. For the love of God, could you please? Stop resisting like a bitch. This is gonna be a pain. Where I'm going to be like here, there, and everywhere. Come on. Show me that you can do it, game. I somewhat believe in you. Okay, we have all of this nonsense now. Let's see then. Let's see you actually work.
The seemingly unstoppable armies of Napoleon. Periodically, your government will issue missions for you to undertake.
Oh, this does not look nearly as good as it could.
Your region capital is the
Good thing is, in full screen I can actually now see more of the stuff. Which is all things considered, all nice and dandy.
This panel gives information.
More taxation, yeah, that would actually be something I would like to have.
There are two ways to move an army or agent.
At the moment, I actually have to...
Spies can sabotage a right. Up when enlisting and
Ah, you brought from Blucher. Okay, so now we can at least play the campaign, that is good. Oh ho ho. Suddenly the game's like, yes, now I like this. Interesting, interesting. I guess with that we have found good middle way. Means we're gonna do some battles, so that I can have some fun. Some big battles in this case. Play battle. Land, sea. Oh, right, we actually have sea battles in here too. Ha ha ha. Okay, let's start with a simple battle. Do we have something like a nice plane? You know, game, sometimes it's just you want to have nothing in a way, just a plain and simple. Yeah, I completely flip. Give me most of my money, give me dry weather, give me as much time as I want. Well, I want Prussia. And my enemy is going to be France, because, well, why not, I suppose. Now then, let's see what can I actually get. I can get the experimental howitzer. Cannons win battles. How many of them? Oh, I can't have more. Elite infantry. The 1st East Prussian Grenadier Battalion. Die Grenadiers. Die Schlesien Schützen. Well, I don't know why you make it Schlesien, den Schlesier. Schlesische Schützen. Plus, the game's lining up. Kinda break my formation there. As would you. You're basically hunters. Skirmishers. To be fair. And I'm fresh out of money. But I don't want to get any land there. That would be ridiculous. Jesus Christ, I can't even afford a full army. Well, this will have to do then, I suppose. And on the other side we have... How about Napoleon Bonaparte himself? Okay, you can only have 3 of those. Young Guard. Assuming at some point you are supposed to be becoming the Old Guard, yes? Well then, let's see if my cannons actually win against his elite infantry. Actually, I'm on the attacker side, aren't I? That's the problem. I'd much rather be the defending side in this case and let them come to me, but alas.
Generals deploy their forces according to rank. A higher-ranking general deploys after lower-ranking ones, giving him the ability to view the deployment of a lower-ranking opponent before committing his own troops.
Batterie zu Befehl!
Generalstab. Generalité. In France. Triple fire in advanced mode. Guard mode. Yes, guard mode seems like a very practical thing to have on.
Your general can inspire a unit to fight more effectively.
Would they actually come to me?
Displays a radius around the general. Any unit within it can be inspired.
They kinda seem to be moving in my direction, doesn't it?
Right-click on a unit to inspire it.
Barrage. Increase the rate of fire for a short time. Okay, honestly, as soon as you can fire, I want a barrage. Yours is like... No, there's deadline. I do not want to go into the deadline. Deadline is going to be deadly. They're like, nope, 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 nope. We might be French, but we're not idiots. Then again, you know, they are French. What do we have here? A young guard unit. Getting dangerously close to the deadline, but they do not care. Barrage! 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 Are you actually aiming at something, or were you just shooting for fucking different games or something? Infantry! You're in position. I'm pretty sure that your cavalry is going to try and then annoy me. Ploink, ploink, ploink. It's actually kinda nice. The way we can murder them and they cannot just murder us back. Come on, are you really telling me that that has not murdered anyone? Can you murder their general, please? You could manage... If you could manage to murder Bonaparte, that would be nice. 11. 11. An actual German word. I will at some point probably explain when I find the time and the energy. Because it's actually written just like 11. Onilino. Napoleon's like, I was the one who came up with the idea of fucking cannons using heavily in combat. Very important. Yeah, you just continue speaking your little gay language. I don't care. I shall stand here very much victoriously at the end. Go like me. Victory. Even Napoleon is like, I'm kind of gonna run away at some point. I can't. That would look horrible in front of the troops. Come on, we murdered you down to 3 people. At some point you kinda wanna run away, don't you? Broken. Yeah. Jesus, that is really no range, is that? At some point I knew that somewhat precisely, just how much range that would be. Before I need or can toggle on off, but those days are long, long gone. Now, let us try to get rid of the more mobile part of the army. If we can. That would be much appreciated. Honestly, I personally would think twice, and the 4th time probably, about going in the direction where those bloody cannonballs come from. Because I can totally foresee myself dying to one. They're like, no, we're just gonna slowly march forward, as we have always done. That was a heavy hit. I mean, if you can get one good hit off, it's actually murdering them fucking forced. If you can get that one lucky hit off, though. That's not always easy. I really would like you to run away, because if you run away, we have almost all the horses done and dealt with. And that would be much, 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 much better for us. They are running, but they are not completely broken yet. Now, however, they are completely broken. Now we turn around and shoot the other horses. If we can.
Scharfschützen auf Position, Sir.
12 Pfünder! Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed. I would be running away now. Very fast. Now, be even meaner.
Yes, sir.
Because if there's one thing that is really, really mean, it's this fucking nonsense. Ah, yes. That's the sort of nonsense I want to see. Yeah, even the young guard is like, nope. Nope, we might be elite, but we are not that elite. Fuck, nobody is that elite. How does it look up here? Actually, why are you so concerned? Alright, hitting enemy unit. Yeah, they are indeed threatening. They are the old guard. These are the tough guys. And guard seamen. Oh no! Considering the amount of people, that's not seamen, that's fucking Bukake, isn't it? Ah. I can feel the influence of a certain someone on my soul whenever I'm like, hey, wait a second. I know where I have that from. Yeah, run away! They're like, well, we're the old guard, we're gonna do this! Yay! Technically speaking, the old guard is a really, really powerful unit. But that too is only really a, you know, thing, so to speak. And you give them a choice. A reasonable choice, as they say. And I'm not really willing to do that. I guess I could have ordered that back. Well, I mean, I could have tried to order them back at least, but I decided to instead stay my hand and I guess enjoy.
Becomes available again after a short time.
Yes, run back so that 2 units can shoot at them. That's the whole plan. Always have at least 2 units, you know, shooting at the enemy unit.
Our men are running, sir.
Who precisely is running? You are running. That is not good indeed.
Maintaining a unit's courage and regimental discipline in the heat of battle is dependent on their morale, a measure of pride and self-belief in their abilities. This is boosted by training, experience, and the presence of an inspirational general. Morale is
Like my general, who is very much inspiring.
outmatched by an enemy.
Very much inspiring. Why yes, I would not disagree with that statement. Take wave 1. At a reasonable amount of losses even. But what I do kind of want to see is a siege. Actually before that sea battle. So what's the biggest ship I can have? The Ironclad is the most pricey, I'm assuming. Does have the most firepower. '80-gun steamship. It says, but the engine gives it the tactical ability to ignore the winter metal. Ship of the line. Yeah, but I don't have much of a choice here. So I will be attacking. queens. And the wrong fucking faction again for some reason. It's like, let me give you an idea here. Honestly, I don't think I will need much more than just my musketeers. Yeah, take your Duke of Wellington. I know you love that man. King's German Legion foot. You couldn't have made that a more annoying sentence, could you? Team Plancher? No. They could not have. As they tried, they failed. All men are liable to error, and most men are, in many points, but passion or interest, and a temptation to it. So you say.
Remember that the goal here is to capture the fortifications, not destroy them. Buildings destroyed on the battlefield will also be destroyed on the campaign map, and are of no use to the attacker once victorious. When assaulting, try to minimize collateral damage as much as possible, so that your prize retains its value. To achieve victory, either kill or rout the entire army. Before you begin, when assaulting a fort or settlement, many troop types can employ rope ladders anchored by grapnels to scale enemy walls. Selecting a unit, then right-clicking on a section of wall orders the troops to deploy their ladders.
Everybody go forward. Also be careful when you are moving through... When you are moving through the cannons. Those hurt. Some poor soul was like, well, I don't give a shit. Partly. Damage. Indestructible. Why though? Kinda takes a lot of the fun out of cannons, doesn't it?
Oh, these walls are very strong. Oh, these walls are very strong.
These walls are very strong.
You'll need to concentrate all your artillery fire upon the same point.
Yeah, don't doubt that. Now then, artillery, you shall fire. And I gave you an order. Okay, I click here and give here. Okay, let's see if we can actually get some of those to get murdercated. Because technically speaking, if that breaks and it falls down, it should murder a few of them. Would work even better if actually... Ah, you... That bloody fucking idiot. I'm supposed to hit the wall and not my man. Which the game apparently has a bit of a difficulty of, you know, understanding. Instead, it kind of decides that murdering anything else is, really, if it's part of my man, is a good idea. Holy shit. That was a lot more than I was expecting. Yeah, I kinda admit that was cool. Well, yeah, you're murder-gated. To an awful degree.
Scharfschützen auf Position, Sir.
If you can climb that, that would be very much cool. Oh boy. The game does not like the idea of me positioning my troops in there. At all. Game's like, no. Also this, like, no, why are you going in there, you idiots? The answer is simply because we can, apparently. Which is of course not gonna go any good for the unit. To put it mildly, the unit is not gonna like that at all. Get into position! Shoot down if you can. If you're smart, that is. We're still kind of trying to pull ourselves up, but there are some Englishmen just standing in our way rudely. But to be fair, they're English, what were you expecting? Manners? Oh, come on. And I think we have almost made it all the way up there. Which is good. We shall take the walls as our own and make use of them. So I plan.
Gates are ours.
Ah, they're finally shooting. Look, they finally found it in their souls to come up with the idea of actually shooting. Such a nice and wise idea that is, yet you came up with. They too have almost made it. I was kind of expecting that to happen at some point. Do always wonder where do they get their little replicas from? It's like, well, that's just standard equipment, isn't it? No. That is most definitively not standard equipment to have in your pocket. What do you have in your pocket? Well, I have some smokes. I have, well, you know, some rations, and oh yeah, I also have my 20-foot rope and grappling hook. Always at ready, of course. Were you expecting? I mean, that much is the bare minimum an infantryman should carry, isn't it? Or something along those lines. I should probably stop playing around so much. Are you kidding me? Are you quite serious at this point? Just asking for a friend, but are you quite serious there? Just asking, you know?
Scharfschützen auf Position, Sir.
Well, you know what? If you have nothing better to do, then why don't you try and take the little huts? Then we murdered a few of you. What a nice and good feeling that is. They're just gonna let me...
Taken a building, sir.
Yeah, they're just gonna let me inside the building. I don't know why you are climbing down here again. That seems like a bit dangerous, but so... Apparently that's just the way they do things, or they like to do things, or well, whatever. Apparently one building is full, so let's just take the other one too, because surely the AI is not gonna have much of a problem with that. Like at all. You know what? You go into. Are you still shooting? Yes. You are shooting from their own walls. I mean, you're not doing much efficient shooting up there, because apparently only a very, very minor number of you can actually shoot. Made worse by my command, apparently. But hey, you're trying. They're like, boop, 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 boop. My building.
We've taken a building, sir.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have taken quite a few buildings at this point. Mostly because I enjoy fucking around. Building full yet? Also der poor little Duke of Wellington. He never stood much of a chance, did he? Yeah, it does look kinda good. I mean, honestly, on the campaign map, I would definitively not want to play that sort of battle, because oh boy. It's a bit too much in the way of losses to find that... may sure perform nice. Oh well. Just go in there, please. Help a friend. Help a friend in need. My general is like, maybe at some point I can be asked to get involved here. I mean, not really, but I'll try. People are actually losing inside there. Yes, you people are horribly losing in there. Well, we'll answer the age-old question, just how many bloody Brits do we need to murder before they finally accept the idea of running away? So, net positive. The answer will not surprise anyone. It's a lot. Quite a lot, actually. Took you long enough to realize that running away is a valid option. Typical Brits, let me tell ya. Not the smartest cookies.
Our men are running, sir.
Get you into position, nice and thin. Not a good idea for melee, but that doesn't really matter now, does it? Wouldn't you be in there and helping? Because I don't see you in there and helping. Actually, I find it really hard to understand what's going on inside there. It does not seem like they are fighting, and more like they are just standing around and dancing around each other like, well...
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
The men are fatigued, you say? That's surely a very important problem we have. Fatigued man. Can't have that now, can we? It does seem like the Brits are finally deciding that there's greener pastures everywhere, just not here. mean, quite literally, we are somewhat in the desert. We would like to just have what Medieval 2 had, you know? Just grassy land. Peace, completely flat land with grass on it. Looks nice and is ideal when you want to play around with some units, because we haven't done so in a while. But no, instead we're getting this nonsense.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Well, yeah, we kind of murdered quite a few of them. I think the most enemy units are inside that building at this point. Yeah, that is probably the most we have to fear. Well, good thing that I did this during the week and tried everything out, because now I know that this game has a few things it doesn't like. Like, changing resolution, for example. A very important lesson to learn, I'd say. Always good when you learn it beforehand. We try to do a long campaign and end up like, well, shit. This not working. Now then, are you planning to winning this battle? At some point. Because by your rights, you should be more than able to win this battle. Jesus Christ. You can call that a heroic victory as much as you want. That was not a heroic victory. Okay, that was kind of... well, that was something. So then let's play a little battle of the seas. Because I haven't played around with ships yet. Oh, right, I can actually give them experience, can't I? Ship of the line. Yeah, give me 5 big ships and my Joan Nemesis. Fucking English. Blah. We have a 122 gun ship of the line. Fucking Christ, I'm not gonna give you that. Rocket ship. Steam pedal frigate. You know what, I'm gonna give you some weakling ships. Because I want to see some nice explosions and enjoy. Apparently we are now alliances too. Interesting, interesting. But at least now the game seems to work somewhat stable. I have sound, I have moving maps, and everything seems to work. That's good. That means that we can actually do an actual long campaign.
Used for fine-tuning ship orders is at the center of the battle control panel.
Ordering your fleet into line astern ensures ease of maneuver without compromising swift fire. Your ships will...
Damaged ships can repair themselves during battle.
No, let's see some nice little fireworks. What do we actually have? We have... well, we have select... oh yeah, grape shot and nonsense like this.
Ordering repairs to a ship will stop them from being able to carry out
Yeah, and you can fire broadsides. Ah, nice, yes, I remember now. There are some very cool options here. Also, according to those numbers, I'm apparently going to lose this battle. Oh, well, the enemy has at least an advantage. He should not have an advantage when you think about it. I have a lot of big ships. But then again, I don't really remember much about that sort of battle. I mean, mostly because it's been, like, what? Years since Napoleon. Yes? Are we getting closer to decades at this point? I don't even remember. Shoot. Shoot. Yikes. That was some impressive shooting. I mean, just by the number of bullets. Full speed ahead. I mean, you should be able to win against that, shouldn't you? Okay, that is not working like I want it to work. I actually have to order them all in line, basically. Why are you getting so close to me? He wants to get some grape shot in the face. That can be arranged. Apparently I now have to do this a bit more manually. Yeah, sure. Let's have one ship go the other direction. That does not seem like a sound strategic choice to make, honestly. It seems like a rather poor choice to make, honestly. And what? Go back to cannons and shoot like you've never been shooting before or something. You just push through.
Fire has broken out aboard one of your ships.
Don't get stopped by any of this nonsense.
Manning the guns, they are unable to fight the blaze. Order them to cease fire by deactivating the fire at will button. Whilst this is happening, you will be unable to return enemy fire.
Yeah, that does not sound like a good idea now, does it? Quite literally not like a good idea.
Your ship's hull has been damaged. This ship is sailing into a headwind, so she is only able to make a slow progress on her current heading. Zigzagging back and forth across the wind helps to improve speed and makes one lift. One of your captains has broken off and runs in the face of the enemy, ignoring all your signals. There is still a chance that he will remember his duty,
One
but
of
if he is
mine?
too far away, his vessel won't play any further part in this action.
No. The ships are still fighting. First I'm aware.
The enemy captain has hauled down his colors to you, surrendering his ship. Once the battle is over, a prize crew will be sent aboard to take possession of her.
Nice.
Until then, she will stay where she is, taking no further part in this battle.
Yeah, so far, I mean, I don't know about you, but it doesn't really seem like we're going to lose this battle. I mean, we might not win this battle, just by the sheer numbers the enemy has, of course, but no matter what, we'll do some horrible amount of damage here. I can tell you that much. Concerned, hull damage. Yeah, you shall be concerned a lot more. I'm done with you. And so far so good. Everything seems to be somewhat working out. Yeah, you're just standing there. You're not supposed to be just standing there, nor are you? Actually, you do a complete U-turn. Absolute legit maneuvers here, mind you. I totally advise you to navigate your fleet like this, especially if you have ships off the line and stuff. Yeah, totally. It is totally how that is supposed to work. Yeah, just with a giant no as a prefix, but alas. Since when has a giant no ever stopped me from doing some horrible nonsense? The answer will surprise no one. You are kinda like to live dangerous, eh? I mean, seriously. The ship is a lot bigger than you. It has a lot more cannons than you. And you're just like, well, I'm going to sail right next to it now. My ships are like, he kind of forgot about the idea of, you know, ships of the line going in a line, hasn't he? It's not like I've forgotten, no? I have to deliberately choose not to. Considering that this game actually has some age to it at this point, it still looks quite nice, doesn't it? What a poor little Frenchies. I almost make you feel sorry for them. But almost. This is exactly all it is. How about you come back down here again, just to, you know. It's kinda neat that they can actually shoot in all directions, basically. It's a very neat thing. Like this. Yes, you should be able to shoot simultaneously on both sides. Or shouldn't you? Don't actually know. I've never looked into that. I mean, I will assume that shooting that many cannons will have quite a bit of a rebound, and considering that we are on water and a swimming vessel, that is probably not good. And I'm sure somebody has done the math to make sure that you can shoot all your cannons on one side and then all your cannons on the next side without the ship actually heeling over or something. I'm sure somebody has done all the math for that. Just in case that some idiot captain is like me going like, ha 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 ha, I have enemies on both sides. Good. Means they are short, basically in sword range at this point. Quite literally, actually. When you look at this. Yeah. And again, considering that the game was like, you have a massive disadvantage, at this point it's like, well, that wasn't that much of a disadvantage now, was it? Big ships win. Kind of interesting point that bigger wins instead of numerical advantage. That and the fact that the AI is not the most smartest, probably. I mean, hell, don't get me wrong, I probably wouldn't have done it much better either, because I haven't played much in the way of sea battles, because if you look at Total War, it just kind of lost its interest in sea battles. Pretty much, completely. I think Warhammer didn't have any. Beginnings doesn't have any. Deadly enough. That would be kind of cool, though. Actually, Shogun has sea battles too. In all of its variants. Which means that you can play Fall of the Samurai with ironclad ships and do some horrible things. Especially two ships that are more, you know, wooden. Really sweet. Let me tell ya. But yes, as you can see, even on the sea, Russia is apparently unbeatable. Isn't that a nice little thing? Very nice indeed. Quite enjoyable. And actually, you three are still counted as enemy ships. Okay.
Clicking on your right or starboard broadside button loads your guns ready to. Clicking on your left or port broadside
What can I say? We have
loads
one.
your guns ready to fire. The advancing red band around the button indicates how close you are to being ready.
I was gonna point that out, but I don't think my enemy has much in the way of chances to winning this. Sure in
Be
that.
aware that for success, this order relies on your own timing.
Oh, do it a bit faster, please. Actually, what is my enemy doing? Looks like you're thinking so much. Looking over them was like, he seems to be a bit low in the water. Oops. A bit very low, in fact. I mean, you know, he had double the numbers, but I guess we had the better ships in the end. Kinda nice though. You know what, let's do one more little land battle. At least now that I know for sure that everything is actually working, and we can actually play with this, I'm thinking of playing a nice little campaign here. A Prussian campaign, of course. What can I say, you know? Family. Which is actually not a lie in this case, that is in fact part of the family. Comes from East Prussia. One of the more interesting little bits, I would say. Also, I do like their little flag. Simple, easy. Not like those French. Which is interesting enough, I also have extended family in France. Let's just say those are always very fun family reunions. I mean, technically speaking, you have the most in the way of range. I still don't want to use you. Not when I can have cool stuff like this. Now then, my enemy is going to be France. Because I once again want to shoot Napoleon with cannons. Just for the fucking irony of it all. Also mostly because Napoleon was the one who was like, oh no, I know, cannons, important, good, doing their job. Yes, yes. Yeah, he was quite right. The brave. Where's the young guard? They got kinda fucked last time. I want to see more of that. And let's give me some seamen. And, you know what, some Dutch grenadiers. Where were the brave, the Polish, and the Swiss. Why not a few Swissies in there? Yeah, you get all the elite people. What's the difference? I can switch alliance. Yay! Now I'm in the second alliance. Ooh, that's actually attack and defend. Alright. I thought that was a thing. I think the first time actually it said so. Now it doesn't anymore. That's kind of sad.
The radar map now features battlefield topography to assist you in planning your attack.
Is that actually a new feature? Because it's like now features. Is that actually that much of a new feature? Battlefield topography in your radar map? As in, you know, hills and stuff. Kind of surprising, actually. That is not really a good way to station it. It's right in front of some trees. Would kind of seem like a waste, wouldn't it?
The presence of your general in
Technically
proximity
speaking,
to his men has a morale-boosting influence on them.
yeah, it shouldn't take them long to get into range. It in fact did not take them long. Now the only one who isn't in range is, well, Napoleon Bonaparte himself. Mr. Over-French. Ah yes, it's also like, what will the French be remembered for? Countless victories. Taking over most of the continent actually, multiple times. No, of course, the only thing people remember the French by is the fact that they capitulated very fast in World War II. I kinda take offense to by that, you know, just a little bit. For some bloody reason. Nobody understands. Like, you know. Anyone remember Bonaparte? No? Why? Such a nice little game. Now I really want to play a nice little campaign. Getting little Prussia all over the continent. Well, that went everywhere, just not where we wanted it. Napoleon was like, well, I'm unafraid. Very much unafraid, the guy. Well, go down, and he's still kind of like, well, I don't care. Kind of interesting that trees apparently are not stopping my shots very much, so they are actually kinda not doing the job very good. Well, let's see how fast we can murder Napoleon. Well, down to 5 people. That is good on one hand. Then again, this makes it a lot more harder to hit, because, well, 5 little horsies. That's not much. I guess I should have given the front people a few more horses, though. Would have been nice, I suppose. Alas, who cares? They're just French, they deserve whatever comes for them. Come on, come on. Let's go by the sheer number of bullets you bullets? I think it's technically speaking very, very large bullets then. You have shot in his general direction, shouldn't you have gotten rid of him at this point? Yes, yes, you should have. Have you, however? No, you have not. You have reduced into 3 people. And one of them is the man himself, and he's now running away, yes. good on one hand, not so good on the other. I would very much have liked you to actually shoot him. He's like French, 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 lots of French. And runs away. Typical French. Ah. Stop doing that. Shoot free. And give me some good old nasty. Quite literally. That shit is nasty as fuck. Yeah, just putting it mildly. That can really murder quite a few people if it hits good. One good hit and 20 or so people are not going to stand up again. Well, if you get a good hit in, that is, which is rarely of course the case. This is most generally things going too well. And then this. This is something I never understood. Yeah, I said a good position technically speaking. It could just stop and start shooting, but then it decides that no, I now want to change my line. Which gives me a nice little first volley for no price whatsoever. Basically, it's a fucking free volley.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Sure, I do not give a shit. He is going to stand right there looking good. Oh, besides, he's just some rando. The French are like, well... I mean, it kind of look... Come on, look at this clouds of smokes and everything. It looks cool. Then again, honestly, this is... It has actually the same problem like Battle Samurais. That it's basically technological at the very outer edge of what you can do with Total War. If you go even further and, you know, you apply, you know, World War I technologies, for example, like actual long-range artillery and machine guns and stuff, yeah, that would just be... That would just be massacring the poor little AI even worse than it is getting murdered now. Honestly, at that point it would probably stop being... Well, it would still be somewhat fun just looking at it though. Playing probably not so much. Would be some hell of a nonsensical little battle. I would probably enjoy it. I like a bit that much. I mean, like this, I'm just quite happy seeing the French getting, you know, their asses kicked. Although, technically speaking, they are doing a good job. I mean, their guard units, they should hold quite a while. Then again, all of those combined fire is probably... Yeah, there's the Seaman again, getting motivated. Well, Seaman is running away. Everybody's running away. And a few have actually decided to come back. Very much heroically, actually, when you think about it. And yes, one of my most obviously going to happen things. My cannons are gonna get XP. Lots of it. If nothing else gets XP, my cannons get XP. I know they're like, I'm gonna build my little... Well, I guess that's the Polish. What were you expecting? That unit is like, well, I'm going to be very heroic here. Just for a short while though, and then I'm going to once again run away. I mean, come on. You're supposed to be an elite guard unit, even if you are just the young guard, quote unquote. That still means you are an elite guard. Should stand for quite a while, honestly. And hold the line. And again, honestly, considering that he has just basically regained, well, not its whole army, but most of its army units, why isn't it not, you know, trying to consolidate its strength at some point, then trying to build up another line, and then try its luck again? Instead of, you know, basically feeding its units to me piecemeal. That's nice. just not very efficient. Now we can once again go back to the good old murderous little... Ah, there it comes. I was like, okay, are you gonna shoot at some point, or are you just gonna let me hang here? No, they actually wanna shoot. Oh, look at that, the seaman is back. I mean, you can make many bad jokes about how that... So considering how many is this, that's not seaman, that's fucking Bukake, but alas. At least I know where all of this dirty humor and scatter thinking is coming from. I know who to blame and who to curse. Always a good state. Look, this is what I want to see. The young guard is actually holding its position. I mean, they're really getting murdercated, but they're holding their position. I have to give them that. Actually, at the point where I'm kind of thinking about using my general down there, because I'm kind of thinking we're going to see some breaking.
Our men are running, sir.
Just as I was about to say, they are running. I mean, technically I could start putting some units into their flank, but frankly I don't want to, honestly. I mean, we're still going to win. Right, isn't there a technology that actually allows you to shoot in line, like first line, second line, third line? I think there actually is an option for that you can research on in the campaign. Some resource. That's what makes things really bloody unfriendly for the enemy. Let's put it like this.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I mean, yeah. For some reason now you're moving your young guard forwards. I don't even know why you're doing this, but run and reposition yourself a bit. I think that's actually the only unit that's left. Why are you not at your guns? You do know that you should be at your guns and shooting. Means basically my main disadvantage right now is the fact that I would actually need to spread things out a lot more to make a lot more damage. Like this, basically. Actually, can I get that in one of these battles? Don't think I actually can. Food murder. Oh yeah, how about our most beloved neighbors? Windbüchsejägers. That is not grammatically correct, is it now? But then again, you know, Austria, so... That should be Ferdinand Cuirassiers. Sure, give me one of those. Two of those. German Fusiliers. Leave it to the fucking Austrians to claim. Give me fucking German. It is so bloody typical. I'm not even surprised.
During the deployment phase, you can secretly arrange your units inside the deployment zone before battle commences. The enemy general will deploy his men within the opposite area. When you're ready to fight, click on the cross swords icon in the center of the screen.
How thin can I make you? Considering the area we have? Reasonably Reasonably thin. Yep, so that is the thinnest we can go. Okay, technically speaking, this should not be a valuable tactic, all things considered.
Extremes of heat or cold will give a fatigue penalty to units not used to living and fighting in such
But let us
conditions.
see what's actually going to happen here. I'm somewhat interested, actually. I mean, this should be the biggest potential field they can have in firing. No, even they can't. You really can only do that in a campaign with the technologies for that. Actually, is that in Napoleon or was that in Empire? I think that's also Napoleon, isn't it? I'd be very disappointed if it weren't. Now then, as I said before, technically speaking, this should not be a good solution. I mean, they should just crush into me and murder my lines because they have sin. No thickness whatsoever. Therefore, we have the most rifles front that we can have. Which should hopefully count for something. Look, those are 3 lines. This is well, 1.5 line. And again, the most fire we can have, I suppose. Actually interested in how this is going to work on horses. The only reason why I'm actually giving them that.
If your line infantry are about to be charged by cavalry, make sure they are stationary and preferably in a square.
I mean, why are you charging like this? This is fucking insane. You should actually not try to do this. Not like this, at least. Okay, one of the units.
Cavalry are charging towards your flank. Turn quickly to meet them.
Yes, where?
Sir, our general is under attack.
Our general. Try this again in German, son. Oh, the horses are breaking. Them horses are not good. You shooting? Yes, you are. Why are they trying my center, where I actually have a secondary line? That is idiotic. Very idiotic, even. Now then, let's see how this works out. This could technically be seen as the one weak point we
Our
have.
men are running.
But I mean, I can keep them stationary. It's actually a good thing of people that can shoot. I can basically just keep them stationary.
It is important to preserve the devastating impact of cavalry. When going into combat with cavalry, always charge the last few yards by double right-clicking on the target. Beware of charging across too great a distance, though. It's a tiring business.
It is, indeed, very tiring business.
Our men are running, sir.
I think the middle is actually breaking for once. Yes, that is, mind you, but this is precisely what we're getting. Shit, my general is running. I guess cavalry, if used, well, if used. That is all I have to say about that.
Our men are running, sir.
Now then, you try and break some of those bastards, please. You think we're gonna win? It's just gonna be a very ugly battle. Because whenever something like this happens, you kinda have to deal with some very screwed up situation. Got a somewhat reasonable battle line. Things tend to be somewhat screwed up. Okay. That's what I wanted to do. Charge you in there first and foremost. What actually are you charging? German Fusiliers. That is this is something you should probably not necessarily charge. To put it mildly.
Units within the influence radius of the general can be rallied by his presence.
Well, yes, but we don't have a general anymore. He's kinda run away already.
And helps rally routing troops that are not in a shattered state.
Basically, he was like, well, this is all nice and dandy, but I'm gonna run away now. Now then, you get into position and try to shoot at the horses in this case. I can tell you, I would very much enjoy you doing that. I mean, they are cuirassiers and stuff, so... Heavy is basically their second name. Still. But then again, that was a very ugly way of winning, wasn't it? Yeah, it's really not the sort of fight you want to do. But the foot guards kinda did held. They held out long. I'm proud of them, somewhat. Even when it came to melee. That's saying something. Well then, let's see. Foot guards really murdered the enemies. And again, the musketeers weren't bad either. How about your losses? Yeah, the musketeers took the most of those. Actually, no, though. That one unit of foot guards too. Respectable. Very much respectable. But yes, as you have seen, we can now actually play campaigns. And now they should actually work without having to play around too much. All well and dandy, all well and dandy. That is something we shall do in the very near future. If you know, something more to look forward to. Something nice and easy. And murderous, of course. Heck, maybe we actually go to the tutorial missions. I remember those being somewhat fun for a short while. Then it was over. But alas, all of this will come the next time. For the moment though, I will have to bid you adieu. Fitting, isn't it? All things considered. There are friends around. Well, have a good one and all that, and... yes, I shall be back tomorrow. Of course. And, well, actually I have nothing else concrete to say, so I shall save myself the long-winded monologue and instead, yeah, just once again, you know, hope that you will have a good one. Yes, yes.